Hello HMS parents and students if you're watching along too. This video is to summarize some new information about our change to our school schedule for third trimester at Harrison. And so I'm going to show you some screenshots and talk you through just really briefly kind of what's new in this current schedule. And then feel free to reach out to HMS 837-3601 if you have any questions, and we'll do our best to help get those things straightened out. Also, you can email me directly at tyler.rice@sunnysideschools.org. So some have asked me, why are we changing our schedule? We're 2/3 of the way into the school year. Why would we change now? And there's several good reasons. And most of these reasons came from important feedback from staff, from parents, and from students. We've been listening, we've been gathering input throughout the last trimester of hybrid learning, and we wanted to adjust and improve for this final trimester. So the first reason for changing is we wanted more time for all students on remote days. We heard that feedback loud and clear from parents, students, and staff. The 25 minutes on those remote days was not long enough, so we've increased that to 1 hour for classes on those remote days. So for our online only students or for our hybrid students on those days when they are at home, there'll be 1 hour long classes, except for Wednesday, which will be 40 minutes, but that's an increase from 30 minutes right now. Students are going to get to eat lunch in the cafeteria and spend time outside during lunch. Obviously, we're going to keep following all the health department guidelines during that time very closely, social distancing, and when kids are not eating, they will be masked. But this was important feedback we heard again from staff, students, and parents. Kids need time to be kids and to socialize and spend time together. That's why we send them to school. That's why we want them in school in person. So we accommodated that. Our Wednesday online classes are going to start a little bit later. They've been starting at 8 a.m. That's been a challenge for students to get up and get online that early. So we're pushing those back to 8:45 to give a little bit more time to get started. And they'll be longer, 40 minutes instead of 30. A lot of feedback we got from staff, students, and parents, again, was that 30 minutes felt really short. It was hard to get going and really get a lesson going in that time. By the time attendance was done and stuff, it was already time to end. So we extended that just a little bit to make that time feel a little longer. And we've got more capacity now to add more hybrid students in person. We were going to be running out of space at about 120 students in our red group and another 120 in our black group. Now we can accommodate up to half of our students in red and up to half of our students in black. So theoretically, if all of our students wanted to come back hybrid, we would have space for everybody. We wouldn't have to turn anyone away. Here's some highlights about our new schedule. First of all, I want to be really clear, this change will not affect your student's learning model status. In other words, if your student is in the hybrid model right now and coming in person 2 days a week or some 4 days a week, that will not change. Your student will continue to be in the same model they are in right now unless you request a change. And the same thing, if your student is online only, nothing has changed. Your student can continue operating online only, just their schedule will be a little bit different. Second, we're going to continue to be on a hybrid schedule. That has not changed. Monday and Tuesday, red. Wednesday, online only. Thursday and Friday, black. No change to the overall hybrid model. And we'll continue to be aligned with our elementary sister schools and the high school as far as those groups and with the alphabet aligning to red and black so that you should not have conflicts. Let us know if you have conflicts and we'll do our best to accommodate family changes. In-person school is going to start at 7:45, which is when it currently starts now. With entry still at 7:40, we have to allow students in just as close as we can to that start time for health department guidelines. And we'll be dismissing now at 2:15. That's 15 minutes later than we have been dismissing. So we had been dismissing at 2 o'clock during second trimester. We're extending that to 2:15 to get a little bit more learning time in and also to accommodate now the high school reopening. Next, we're going to have longer online classes, as I mentioned. 1 hour on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 40 minutes on Wednesday. That was based on that feedback that we needed more time. Students will eat lunch in the cafeteria, again, socially distanced, and spend time outside during lunch so they can socialize, masked and distanced. Those Wednesday online classes will start later. And it's important to note that students should expect new Zoom and Google Meet links and new Google Classrooms starting on March 9th in that new trimester. That's not because of the schedule change necessarily. That's just because we're moving into a new trimester. This is what our bell schedules will look like for third trimester. So you can see everybody starts at 7:45. The periods are approximately 1 hour long, somewhere about 55 minutes to accommodate passing times. Every group's got a lunch. There are 3 separate lunch periods for the 3 grade levels, and everyone dismisses at 2:15. This is what our student schedules will look like, and these will be coming to your home in the mail this week. The letters went out today, a letter explaining the schedule, along with some sample schedules for your student's grade level. You can see on the in-person day what it would look like for students. So that's Monday, Tuesday for red. That's Thursday, Friday for black. That's this first column here on the left. You can see what Wednesday looks like for all students. Again, this is for 6th grade. And for our online only students, we will offer an elective option in the afternoon. So if you would like your child to have an elective on Wednesday online, please let our counselors know that, your grade level counselor. And then the remote days for all students, what will look like for 6th grade. So instead of going by period, on the remote days, students will go by their content area, ELA, then math, then social studies or science. You can see we've got some study time or homework time built into each day for students, but there's more class time happening. 7th grade students, you can see it's very similar. The in-person schedule, the online schedule on the remote day for Wednesday in the middle here. And then on the remote days for our online only students or for the days when our hybrid students are at home, you can see in 7th grade, they have homework time first. Then they have time in the afternoon again for those classes, ELA, then math, then science or social studies. Finally, for 8th grade, again, very similar, 6 in-person periods for those in-person students. Everyone online on Wednesday. Again, you can see first period, then advisory, then second, and then 6th period. That's based on when they have their core classes. Then on that remote day, so Thursday, Friday for red students, Monday, Tuesday for black students, and then every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for our online only students. They start with some homework time. Then 8th graders start with science or social studies first, and this is a correction from what was put in the mail today. So please note that we had to switch the order a little bit. Same times, just a different order. So science or social studies, then math, then a lunch break, then ELA, then some homework time again. Again, for 7th, 8th grade, all 3 grade levels, if you're an online only student or parent and you would like to have an elective online on Wednesday, please contact your grade level counselor and they will add you to that online elective. All right, those are the key highlights. Those are the main things you need to know. Look for that letter from us coming in the mail within the next day or two. And also with that, you'll see attached schedules for the grade levels. Again, 8th graders, I'm sorry. 8th grade parents as well, I'm sorry. Note that there is a slight mistake in the 8th grade schedule. Your students will get a correct digital version and it'll be sent out digitally, but we won't be sending out a corrected paper copy unless you request one and we can send one home.